Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're doing what if Naruto was a 7 ninja swordsman part number 2. And yeah, so I got nothing to say, let's just hop right into it. So, the last part we left off, we saw the test for the helmet breaker, the fight to the death, with two people that were picked by the person that has the helmet breaker weapon. And yeah, so they both leap at each other, and the kid on the left is I'm gonna refer to him as Kid 1. And the kid on the right, I'm gonna refer to him as the Kid 2. So Kid 1, when he leaps, he puts the axe one in up and in front of him, and he puts the helmet one up and on his shoulder, kind of above his shoulder. And then the kid number 2, he puts the axe to a even number, to his stomach, even level as his stomach, and he puts the hammer to the side. So when they right next to each other, the kid 1 swings the axe and the hammer at the kid's head, but then Kid 2 blocks it with his axe, and then he pushes it, both hammer and axe, away, and then he hits the Kid 1's rib with the hammer. Then the Kid 1, he grabs his rib, because when he got clean hit with the hammer to his rib. So that hurts a lot. So he jumps back and throws an explosive kunai. So Kid 2 leaps over it and then dashes at Kid 1. And then when he was leaping at him, kind of, he made two water clones. One of the water clones grabbed the guy's legs, and the other one grabbed the guy's hands. The weapon was away, so the guy was open for a clean shot. So Kid 2, he stops before he hits him, right before he passes him. He jumps up and puts the axe right on top of his head, so it's kind of floating on top of the guy's head. And then he hits the back of the axe with the hammer, and it cuts the kid's head right in half, and the Kid 1 is killed. So the next fight happens is going to be the fight with I forgot the name of the sword, the fish sword, and it's shaped like a fish, kind of. So yeah, so those kids go, and they leap at each other, and Kid 2, the one on the right, and Kid 1, the one on the left, right? Kid 2 adds some chakra to the fish sword and shapes it like a hammer, and the other kid shapes it like a long katana, right? And then the Kid 1 tries to cut Kid 2's waist off. So he cuts him right in half from the leg and the waist, and the other kid tries to hit the guy on the head to knock him out or whatever. So yeah, so Kid 2, he's about to get hit in the waist, but he moves his feet back, so Kid 1 misses his hit, and then Kid 2 hits him with the hammer, but he barely hits him. So he hits him, but it doesn't hit him as hard as Kid 2 wanted to. So Kid 1, after he got hit in the head, he was sent limping. He was he got sent off his balance, and he was sent forward a little, and he fell on his face. So the Kid 1 does a front flip and pushes with his hands off the ground, and he spins, and to face the Kid 1's top of head is facing the face of Kid 2, and Kid 1 lands on his feet and leaps at Kid 2, and he shapes his sword to a big axe, a really big axe. Then Kid 2 shapes it to a shield, kind of, and blocks the axe, the attack. And then he pushes him back and shapes his fish sword to a katana, kind of a smaller katana, not as big as when the number 1 guy did the first time. He shapes it like a normal size katana and cuts the guy right on his chest, and then he changed the shape of the sword and turns it into an axe and decapitates the kid. So yeah, so the kid it gets killed. Kid 1 gets killed, and then the next fight is the explosion sword. So basically, the explosion sword is like a big sword, and there's explosive tags that could explode for hundreds of times at the end of it, and every time it makes contact with something, it explodes. But if you swing it hard enough, it explodes in the before it hit when it doesn't hit nothing. So yeah, so that's basically the explosive blade. I'm gonna call it the explosive blade because I really don't know the name of it. I don't really know the name of these swords. So Kid 2, one on the right, and Kid 1, the one on the left, they leap at each other, and kid 2, like kid 1 I mean, swings to decapitate number 2 guy. A lot of kids are trying to decapitate the other one because that's a quick, easy kill. So they want to finish this fast because there's only 2 minutes to fight, and if you don't finish the fight in those 2 minutes, you both don't become a 700 swordsman. So there's not going to be one. And the reason they put 2-minute timer is because a 700 swordsman needs to finish their mission fast, quick and easy. They need to be sneaky and efficient. So that's why they put a 2-minute timer to see how fast you can kill somebody. So kid 1 tries to decapitate him, but kid 2 ducks under it and hits the guy right in his rib, and he doesn't slash through him. He barely touches him and explodes. So kid 1 is sent flying to the left, and then he spins and then he hits the wall and he runs back he dashes at kid 2, and then kid 2, when he saw that kid 1 was dashing at him, and he used Earth-style subterranean voyage, so he goes, not subterranean voyage, that's another jutsu. He used Earth-style mining through the ground, so kid 2 is he goes into the ground and he's under the ground. And then kid 1 is confused, where the hell did he go? So kid 1 is looking around, and then kid 2 pops out of the ground, and yeah. So kid 2 hits the kid 1's sword and it explodes, and the kid 1's sword is sent flying to the wall and it gets stuck on the wall. So now kid 2 goes back to the ground, goes behind kid 1 when he was under the ground, and hits him in the back, and it sent him explosion, sent him flying forward. And then kid 2 goes back into the ground and now goes in front of kid 1, and then pops out of the ground and decapitates him and makes a big explosion because he swung the sword so fast. So kid 2 is declared the winner, and a lot of kids on the right are winning for some reason. They just are. So the next weapon is I forgot the name of it. It's alive. I really don't know the names of them. I really forget them. And yeah, so Kisame's sword, I don't know what's his name. I don't know the sword's name, but it's alive. You guys know what I mean. Killer Bee had it, and yeah. So kid 1 is the guy on the left. Kid 2 is the guy on the right. So kid 1 leaps at kid 2, and kid 2 is standing still. So kid 2 blocks the attack from kid 1, and kid 1 pulls his sword back and spins around and tries to decapitate kid 1, but kid 1 blocks that attack again, pushes it back, and kid 1 keeps spinning from side to side trying to attack him, doing fast attacks, but they're strong. So the kid is getting pushed back. There is a boundary, but it's not you could get hit in the wall, but you'll still be in the boundary. But yeah, so if he trying to push him against the wall, kid 1 trying to push him against the wall and kill him because he can't keep moving back. So kid 1 gets kid 2 to the wall, and he jumps back, throws an explosive kunai right next to it, and 2 explosion goes right next to the kid's ear. So there's a ringing in the kid's ear. So he doesn't pay attention to kid 1 running at him, and kid 1 stabs him right in the stomach and drains out his chakra. And then now kid 2 is on his knees because he got all the chakra drained out of him. It took 3 seconds because kid 2 doesn't have a lot of chakra. So yeah, kid 2's plan was to take kid 1's chakra and use it to use a jutsu, but he couldn't because he worried about blocking. So yeah, so kid 2 was on his knees because he got all the chakra drained out of him, and then kid 1 cuts him in half. He doesn't cut him in half. He puts the tip. Yeah, he just cuts him off. He puts the tip of the blade and just slashes through his chest and whatever. And yeah, so kid 2 is defeated. So the next fight is gonna be the needle. It's a really long needle, and it's yeah, and it has string at the end, a fishing wire at the end of it. So yeah, that's basically the weapon. And these kids are getting replicas of him, but the only one they couldn't find a replica for was the last fight with the sword that's alive, because those are really hard to find. So yeah, so they just used normal katanas for the last fight, and now for this fight they just grabbed a really long needle and put some fishing wire at the end. So the kid 1 is the guy on the left, kid 2 is the guy on the right. I explained this 3 times already. So yeah, so you guys know the drill. So Kid 1 leaps at Kid 2, and Kid 2 jumps back and flips his blade, and he like shoots the fishing wire to Kid 1, and Kid 1 gets Kid 2 wraps the fishing wire against Kid 1 like a needle and tries to pull it back, and he does. And now Kid 1 doesn't have his weapon anymore. So Kid 2 leaps at Kid 1, and he puts the fishing wire around the guy's neck, and he asks him any words, and the Kid 1 is confused. He's like, already? I'm getting killed this fast? And he's like, wow, this guy's really much that stronger than me. So yeah, so Kid 2 kills Kid 1, like, really fast. And now, the 2 other fights, I forgot the swords. So 2 other fights happen. The one with the like, it's like a lightning blade. I don't know what it's called. So yeah, it's like just 2 smaller katanas. The swords are smaller than katanas, but it's 2 of them. So the fight really, Kid 1, the one on the left kills the guy on the right for that fight. And yeah, so the rest of the fights happen. The last fight is Naruto and Ren's fight. So this is how it's gonna go down. So Naruto is gonna leap at Ren, and he's gonna try to cut the guy's neck off, Ren's neck off, but Ren ducks under it and then kicks Naruto right in the stomach. So Naruto is sent flying back, and he does a flip in the air and lands on his feet and runs back at Ren and swings his sword. But he knew Ren was gonna duck down, so Naruto hits him in the face with his knee, right? So Naruto gets a knee shot to Ren's face. Now Ren is now on his butt. So now Naruto pulls his sword back, but then Ren cuts Naruto's leg. So now Naruto's on one knee. And then now Ren tries to decapitate Naruto, but Naruto blocks it with his sword, pushes Ren's sword back, and Ren jumps on, gets up and gets on his feet and jumps back and throws 2 explosive kunai to kill Naruto. But Naruto blocks it with the executioner's blade, and he sends it flying back at Ren, but in the middle of the air it explodes, so nothing really happened with the explosive kunai. So Naruto gets back up on one leg because he can't really walk with his leg that got cut because it got cut, right? So Naruto, he throws a lightning kunai, and it hits the executioner's blade because Ren wanted to block it. He thought it was explosive kunai, but it was electric kunai. So it goes through the executioner's blade, and now Ren loses grip of it because it's gonna shock him. So Ren lets go of the executioner's blade. Naruto leaps at Ren and tries to decapitate him, but Ren ducks under it. Naruto kicks him, and then now Ren is on his butt again. And now Naruto puts the tip of the fake executioner's blade to Ren and says this was a good fight. And then he decapitates Ren. And yeah. So Naruto is declared the new assistant for Zabuza Momochi and the next 7 swordsmen for the executioner's blade. So yeah. So we're gonna do like a week time skip. During this week time skip, Zabuza taught Naruto how to use the executioner's blade, and yeah. So this one I'm gonna leave it. I got nothing to say. Hope you guys liked it. Bye.